You know, ever since creating this channel and taking this new step into my career, I've really thought to myself what I wanted to do with my life. I really questioned where I wanted to go, who I want to interact with in the future, who I will hang out with, and how my future will look like in general. All this slowly making me realize that the future is really uncertain, even if you attempt to have your complete life figured out. For me as an example, ever since I was 16 I wanted to do live streaming, or rather said, being a Twitch streamer professionally. I thought it was where I truly belonged and could feel at home because I've always been a fan of gaming. Ever since I was 2 years old and picked up my first Game Boy Advance and played the games that my sister handed to me when I was little, I knew that this was something I always had some sort of passion in. Even now at 21, I've been pretty much gaming every day of my life, barely ever missing a day, and if I do, it is mostly because of traveling for vacation, or being so caught up in life and on all the things that I want to achieve that I even sometimes forget about it in the first place. Crazy to believe that it took me almost 20 years to go from a complete gaming junkie who used to only sit in his room all day and play 12 hours of League of Legends or fighting games, to a person who now barely even touches a console, because I think it is a waste of time due to me not trying to make a career out of it anymore. I still have some plans and ideas that I want to do with gaming once this channel takes off, but again, this idea will be something for the far future. For the past month or so, I've just been in a constant funk of figuring out what I want to do and where to go with my life. Although I have a plan on where I want to go, I always feel like there's like a missing link. A missing piece to the puzzle, you can say, that makes me wonder if I'll even get to that point in the first place. I wouldn't really call it creeped up anxiety or anything, more like a question, how I can find the answer to something that's been bothering me for the last years, rather than being anxious about taking the risk to get there or take the next step. And now in 2021, where after years of commitment, years of self-development, and years of overcoming hardships, I think I'm at a point in my life where I finally found the answer. Even though a piece or two are still missing, I think I can find them if I just persevere enough. Ultimately, I will never know the exact answer to life or the exact answer to every situation, and I think that is okay. You don't need to know everything in order to succeed. In fact, I feel like not knowing how to get from point A to B immediately is what makes life truly beautiful. All the failures I went through, all the traumas, and all the hardships made me the exact person I am today. And without all those failures that I experienced for years on end, I would not even be somewhat close to the person I am, and for that, I'm eternally grateful. As much as I hate to admit it because I've always been a person who strives for the best version of themselves, even though it's the most unrealistic thing you can ever imagine, it is really those weak moments where I would sit there and reflect on all the bad that has happened to me that really shaped the person I am today. And now after years of trying, I think I'm finally at the path that is truly meant for me. The path that you see right now. In the next couple of years, I hope I can convey a message even further and show the world who I'm truly meant to become. But until then, you and I will never know what happens next. So for now, let's hope that we both find the true meaning to life, because for me, I truly believe that everyone has their own definition to it, and also their own unique purpose. What that purpose is, only you can know. You who is sitting in front of the screen right now, you're the only one who will ever have the answer to that. No matter what your parents told you in the past, or your friends, or even your worst enemies telling you who you're supposed to be to fit into the greater scheme of society. The only one who truly knows who you want to become and what you're passionate about is you. You are the only one who can change, because others will not do the changing for you. Until then, when we meet again in a couple of years, I hope you succeed. I hope everything in your life will play out the exact way it's supposed to be, and you will have no regrets once you've come to be done with this planet. Because the worst thing that could happen to all of us isn't some tragic death or a disease that could kill all of humanity. It is not knowing what could have happened if you finally took that risk that you've been too anxious to take all these years ago. It is the times where you pussied out on all the great things life would have had prepared for you. The times where you could have met the love of your life, been a millionaire, or even something as simple as starting a family and working a job you're satisfied with for the rest of your life. The worst thing that can happen is that you lay on your deathbed and you cry tears of regret and not tears of happiness of having experienced the best life you could have had. But until that day comes, make sure you don't regret life. Because life is truly beautiful.